time it occurred to me to question, that my fear got in the way. Eventually, I said to myself, you know, if God is really kind and loving, He's not going to mind me using my brain, the brain that He gave me, to think clearly, carefully, and rationally about the stuff that I've been taught and to make my own decisions. And the moment that I realized a kind and loving God was not to be feared, when I'm considering rethinking my beliefs, that gave me the freedom to think clearly about my beliefs. And within a minute, I realized this is all nonsense. I'm an atheist. And I'll actually go one step further here. And even if I were to concede your what I consider to be a ridiculous framing that God doesn't send people to help people to send themselves to hell, even if I were to accept that, I won't even necessarily go to the mafia boss analogy that I think is completely valid. My point of view is this. You have a being, according to your theology, that can possibly prevent people from having to suffer eternally. And he is, instead of being good and just and caring and actually doing that, is offering a kind of bribe. And the bribe is, you need to believe without evidence, and you need to worship and adhere and follow my commands. That's not love. That is not love. That is not an exercise of love. That is not an...
He went through...
He didn't die.
He was the one that paid the price.
Denise.
Their decision.
Right, then why the fuck did you call?
Excuse me?
I just...
You can't be a lot more civil to someone that calls in without using filthy language?
Filthy language? Well, hang on. First of all, you called to tell us...
The conversation is over. God bless you. I hope all of you see the light. He is the only way. Bye.
Are you done? Oh, that's your bad. I used the word that Denise hurt her feelings. Hey, it doesn't surprise me, and while we'll have to put a little disclaimer on this particular issue, it doesn't surprise me that somebody who is so muddled in their thinking and is so afraid of the irrational would give magic powers to words. Guess what? It's 4 letters. It's phonemes. They don't have any magical powers. It's a way of expressing an exclamation mark. You called. And then when things got too heated, you tried to do this, well, it's all up to you guys, and if you reject him, that's your responsibility, etc., which was your way of giving up. All you wanted to do was call in and state your opinion and move on. So when I asked, why the fuck did you call, I wasn't cursing you out. I was explaining that this is absurd for you to call in and do this. To call in and pretend like you're going to defend your beliefs. And then when they're challenged directly to a point that you can't defend them, you cry that your feelings got hurt because somebody used a word that was scary. It's no wonder that you are still stuck in this mindset of being afraid of fantasy if one little word is just screaming out, oh, the poor atheists are beating up on me and they're saying offensive things. If we spend a little time on this whole thing, on the we send ourselves to out there, that was... Okay, I'm holding a gun to your head, telling you to give me $100. Don't make me shoot you. Yes. That's what it is. That's what that arrangement is. No, that is, if Matt refuses to give me $100, he did not commit suicide. It's why I've used the mafia boss analogy before. Because it's why I asked if you thought your God created hell. Because the mafia boss creates the scenario where, hey, we can protect you from this stuff, but you got to be making payments. And when somebody comes along to break my thumbs for not making payments, that wasn't my choice. I mean, you're saying that my choice is to make those payments and get my ass kicked. And in your theology, my choice is to accept something that my brain can't possibly accept because it's irrational without evidence, and then go the step further of becoming worshipful and adherent to this fantasy. Well, I won't do it. Because I see what happens when people do become worshipful and adherent to that fantasy. Even if I could convince myself that to go ahead and accept an illusion, it is harmful and it is immoral. And your theology is immoral. And what you are saying about there being a literal hell and that God gets to wash his hands of it, it's all completely immoral. You have lost your own sense of dignity, self-respect, humanity, and more. I love how you laid out the the logical chain connecting God with responsibility for people going to hell. And she just got fucked up. Yeah. Oh, she didn't say she would do that. Oh, that's messed up, people. All right. And it is. It sure is messed up, ma'am. And yet, it wasn't that chain of logic that was messed up. It was the fact that you're in a religion where that chain of logic can easily be drawn, and you just avoid it. I'm surprised she didn't come down with the date for this. I'm sorry that I offended your Victorian sense of morality or immorality, but some of us live in the real world and aren't afraid to cut words on occasion. However, if Denise wants to call back, I promise I won't drop another F-bomb while telling her what an idiot she's being about her thinking on these subjects. And it doesn't mean that she's stupid across the board. And we've had lots of discussions about this, don't be a dick type thing. But when I say somebody's stupid, guess what? I'm stupid. Jeff's stupid. The people in the audience are stupid. We are all stupid at some time about something. The difference is that some of us, when we have this pointed out to us, or we recognize it in ourselves, strive to overcome it. We say, you know what? I love being stupid. Let's correct it so that I'm not stupid about other things. And other people say, I'm not stupid. They deny. It's this massive ego that prevents them from denying, from accepting that they too can be wrong, that they too can make stupid mistakes. And that is what makes me take offense to this. Well, you called me stupid. Yeah, I did. Get over it. Call me stupid back. We both been stupid about something. Would you have that sort of reaction to somebody telling you that your beliefs on a certain subject are stupid, or that you're being an idiot about something in particular? First of all, they're most likely not summing up your entire character. They're most likely not saying you are a complete, useless brain that can't do anything right. They are talking within the context of that subject. If your initial reaction is to simply take offense and shut down the conversation, that's ego. It's not logic. You didn't win. You don't have any high ground, intellectual, moral, or otherwise. It's ego. It is your own inner self saying, how could you possibly be wrong? How dare you challenge me? And it's no different than making a nonsense crap about somebody using a F word or whatever. It's a way of avoiding the actual discussion. It's a way of avoiding the intellectual honesty that goes where the logic leads and says, hey, that's messed up. Or shoot, that's really wrong. It really is that simple. On line 3, are you with us?
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I was just wondering, do you believe in evolution in the Big Bang Theory?
Well, first off, evolution and Big Bang Theory are sort of scientific subjects, so the belief doesn't really come into the thing. It's more, what can be demonstrated through evidence and what have you. So, in terms of accepting evolution and Big Bang Theory as being where the evidence is pointing to us at this time, yeah, we accept those views.
Okay, so basically, you believe that,
no, you don't believe anything that is scientifically related.
I know, but you kind of get what I'm saying. But, basically, what the Big Bang Theory states is that light beings, came out of this big explosion, and turned into protons, neutrons, and electrons, which later turned into an atom, and then turned into planets, and then turned into light. Is that what you believe?
The idea that in the universe, at some point, all of the matter in the universe was contained in either a singularity or some point, and that either through a quantum event or what have you, this singularity became unstable, it expanded. And remember, all that the Big Bang Theory states is it discusses an expansion event. Okay, it's not
the universe is continuously expanding.
Yeah, and so at that point, but we are not physicists.
Yeah, honestly, this has nothing to do with why we believe or not believe in God.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go to evolution.